And we are live. I'm so excited for season 3. Okay. And I have a special guest that's just gonna drop some very, oh my gosh, some gems. And just stay tuned. Okay. Don't skip. Don't fast forward. You have to watch the entire thing. Okay. So tell us more about you and what do you do?
Okay, well, I'm Shaina. I am from Montgomery County, Maryland. I am a realtor and a financial literacy educator.
Okay. You heard that financial literacy, and she's a realtor. So we're just going to dive into the first valuable question. So we are gearing up for 2023. We are in 2023. So what is your word for the entire year?
This one really had me stumped when you made me think about this. Well, my word as always, is being intentional.
Mhm.
Everything that I do has to have purpose, and if it doesn't have purpose, then it's not feeding my life, so I don't need to be doing it.
Okay.
So being intentional for sure, and then just committing and seeing things through.
Amen.
Intentional.
Intentional purpose. And you touched on it. How do you cut off those things that don't fulfill purpose? Let's just dive into that real quick.
Okay. Well, I guess that really started when I started my whole entrepreneur journey because I
Mm.
was I was in childcare and I love the kids. I'm a chair coach now. I'm a volunteer chair coach. So I do love the kids, but I knew it's not what I wanted to do all the time. So when like you're waking up and you just don't feel like it, you're just not happy. I was like,
Yeah.
okay, at this point I need to just do things in my life that make me happy.
Hmm.
So I think that's how I really got started into like just being intentional about everything that I do.
That's good. And you talked a little bit about your entrepreneurial journey. So, how do you balance that with like self love and just really taking those inventory?
It can be hard because sometimes you can get lost in like trying to figure out what's coming next, what you're about to do. But I try to make sure that I start my day every day with something for me because the rest of my day is going to be about other people. So whether it's like going to the gym or doing like devotionals or something, just taking some time to make sure that my mental is okay. And then also like same way that I'm scheduling people in throughout the day, if I need some time for myself, I schedule that as well. And I don't miss an appointment.
Sure doesn't. She has a calendar, like
Yes.
literally
Yes.
a calendar. That's exciting. And so let's dive into a little bit just scheduling and how do you schedule out those tours, the realtor lifestyle, because that's on the go as well.
Yeah, so that's really demanding. It's real important as a realtor that you keep a fairly open schedule. Like you want to be booked and busy, but you also need to be fairly open in case something pops up and somebody wants to go see this house. I don't let it consume me. So if I know I'm pulling it too tight for the day, I'll be like, look, I'm sorry, we got to go tomorrow. But I definitely always try to make sure I'm making time for all of my clients. And yeah,
I'm just being intentional.
yeah,
Okay.
exactly.
And so let's talk about the home buying process. What is your top 3 things you recommend?
Okay. The first thing you want to do before you go and say, oh, I'm about to buy a house, show me what houses I could get, you have to get pre-approved. So you have to make sure your finances are right. And with that being said, it's not saying just jump at any loan that you can get, but you really got to think about like, your closing costs and then what your bills are going to look like after you purchase a home. Like you want to make sure that you're financially ready because it is a big commitment. So that's first and foremost. And then, of course, you want to work with somebody that you trust, somebody who's going to have your best interest as a realtor, even as a mortgage lender or whatever the case may be. But you definitely want to make sure that you're choosing the people that you're working with wisely, just like how you choose your friends, because y'all could be doing this anywhere from like 30 days to 90 days.
Yeah.
Yeah. Um, and then my third one, I would say be reasonable, but don't compromise too much. Like if you know something's a deal breaker, don't just settle, you know? Yeah.
That's like anything in life. Just
Yeah, anything.
right? That's good. And she's well connected. So if you need Shaina, she's your girl.
Here.
Okay. And then we also talked a little, you touched on it, the financial aspect of it. And can you just elaborate a little bit more about just preparing for those big goals?
So you definitely want to make sure you have a savings. Um, and not just for like a down payment, but like I mentioned before, closing costs that can be anywhere from like 3 to 8% on top of your down payment with the transaction. And also there's things you have to keep in mind, like your inspection, you're going to be paying for that out of pocket. Any origination fees that come with your loan, that comes out of pocket at closing as well. Yeah, you just want to really make sure that you're comfortable enough to go through this transaction without breaking the bank at the end.
That's true. Well, that's good. That's really good. And where can people follow you and just connect to learn more about this home buying process and just preparing financially?
So I'm really big on Instagram. It's at that so Shaina. I do drop a lot of videos with helpful tips for buying, selling, renting, all of that. And then also on Facebook, you can either add my personal page, which is Shaina Mowatt, or you can find my realtor page, which is Shaina Mowatt Realtor.
Yeah. She has courses. And so outside, so we connected, but outside of real estate, you touched on being active in community. Can you touch on that? How you just pour back?
Yeah, so I am a cheer coach for a youth football org, the Raiders org, located in Germantown. So I got started in that because my niece was on the team and they needed, help a little bit with like
Yeah.
coaches, of course, because it was like a big team and they just needed some more hands-on help. So I love doing like choreo and stuff, hanging out with the girls. So I was like, yeah, I'll do it. And then ever since then, I really love it. We do a lot of like community give back projects. So in November, we're planning on doing a canned food drive as well as feed the homeless for Thanksgiving.
Okay.
So yeah.
And just connect with her and be able to support the community as well. Well, thank you so much, Shaina.
You're
Can't
welcome.
wait
Thanks for
to,
having me.
yeah, thank you again. Can't wait to see what God does in your life and the visionary you are. So, yeah, until next time.